Peace, kings and queens, guys and goddesses. So there's this like trend stitch thing going on TikTok about like older women giving advice to women in their early 20s as far as like things that they wish they have known. And I love it. I've seen some great things and I've seen some not so great things, but I haven't seen anything for males, and I don't know, that's a little concerning to me. So I'm gonna just add my own little twist to it and speak on things that, you know, everybody should be mindful of when they're in their early 20s. I would like to start with relationship things. I might do a couple of these just to space it out. But for starters, I wish somebody told me that, you know, getting your heart broken was a part of life, and that dating scene is a part of life. There are things that we simply have to experience before we can figure out what we desire. And without experiencing certain things, we wouldn't know. Or not experiencing certain things, we wouldn't know. But that's what that, especially dating early, like in your 20s, like late teens, early 20s, we are still figuring ourselves out heavily. There's a lot that we don't know about ourselves, and we should bring more attention to that other than, you know, looking outside of ourselves for people to love us. Expectations. I feel as if social media, things that we've experienced, and even entertainment leaves us with certain expectations when it comes to dating. I think it's very unrealistic for someone in their early 20s to anticipate somebody taking care of them unless they were like born with money or came from money and is already successful. And that's not very likely at 20 years old. It's a very high expectation. You can definitely build a solid partnership, but we also have to start taking time to actually, you know, get to know people. We be jumping into relationships so fast and not really knowing the person that we're actually in a relationship with. And then once we're in that relationship and shit start hitting the fan, we don't know what to do. We should start healing from our trauma before we anticipate on getting into serious relationships. Because there's certain things that we lack awareness in, especially when it comes to environment. We will always be a product of our environment, and we don't bring enough awareness to that. We can only do what we know until we change that. What else? I would say really have a conversation with someone who has children and figure out what that all comes with, because social media makes having children seems like this, I'm not gonna say easy, but it's highlighted in a way that a lot of things are not discussed, especially when it comes to being a single parent. That shit is not easy, and these are conversations that younger women should be looking to have with older women as far as guidance. And I'm talking strictly guidance, because so much comes with having a child. And I've come across some disturbing videos on social media. Like a lady was saying that she didn't care to be a mom anymore because she wanted to go out and have fun. If she want to go out with her friends at 2 a.m., she can do that. And she just doesn't have that freedom anymore. But this is what comes with having children. And a lot of people will was bashing her, but it's just like people really don't know. They don't know. So it's best you get some insight before you start to have children also. Be mindful of who you have children with. Again, we have unrealistic expectations based on the things that we see on social media or in entertainment, such as movies or the things we hear in songs or we see in videos. And those things aren't always realistic because people can only do what they know. I cannot stress this enough. We cannot do more than what we know. Anybody. Until we change it. And that takes a lot of work. You have to be willing to apply yourself to change and put forth that work. I seen a post actually that was kind of snipped or clipped to this topic, and it was saying that if someone is not changing what you're complaining about, then they don't love you, they don't want you, they don't care about you. And that's true to a certain extent. We are so quick to kind of make those decisions nowadays, but we don't always communicate well with amongst each other also. We're expecting things, but without that communication, and if that person, whoever you're dealing with, just don't know, that's a pretty tall task. Can't expect somebody to show up as something that they've never seen, never experienced. That's crazy talk. That's the craziest talk. No, for real. Like, to even come across, like, and I'm talking, like, I've seen a couple of posts like that, like, they don't care about you if they're not changing the things that you're complaining about. Baby, they might not know how to change the shit that you're complaining about. And yelling at somebody is not guiding them. Yelling at somebody is not communicating with them. And insinuating you need something is not actually communicating that you need something. Our communication skills as a whole is ass, and that alone people really need to work on. And I would suggest you start doing this as early as possible. Don't even have to be 20. I work on this with my children, and they're all under double digits. But these are just some of the things that came to mind when I seen the post. And I want to keep it going. So, like, let's talk about what everybody needs to do in their early 20s, or things that bring insight to everybody, not just females. But we got this, y'all. We're going to be great. But yeah, I think I just started my own stitch. I'm excited. All right.